The angelic realm is the spiritual order through which God administers His will in heaven and on earth. Angels are not to be worshipped. They are servants of God assigned to carry out divine purposes, minister to believers, execute judgment, and guard God's presence. Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation? Join the seraphim, the worshippers of God's holiness. These are among the highest ranking angels, dwelling closest to God's throne. Continuous worship of God, proclaiming His holiness, purifying and preparing men for divine service. They cry, "Holy, holy is the Lord of hosts." Their ministry reveals that before power comes purity, and before assignment comes consecration. Guardians of divine glory. Cherubim are powerful angelic beings associated with the glory and presence of God, guarding sacred things, protecting access to divine mysteries, carrying the manifestation of God's glory. Genesis 3:24, Ezekiel 10. They guarded Eden after man's fall, showing that access to divine dimensions requires divine authorization. Commanders of angelic armies. Archangels are warrior-ranking angels given authority over angelic armies in spiritual battles, warfare, protection of God's people, defeating satanic resistance, guarding a tank-kill team. Revelation 12:7. Michael represents divine enforcement, delivering divine messages, announcing prophetic fulfillment. Luke 1:19. Daniel 8:16. Gabriel carries revelation and divine announcements. Living creatures. These are mysterious beings around God's throne. Perpetual worship, guarding heavenly order, declaring God's judgments. Revelation 4:6 states, they signify that heaven is governed by perfect order and ceaseless devotion, delivering divine messages, announcing prophetic fulfillment, protection, deliverance, assistance to believers, strengthening God's servants. Examples: strengthening Jesus, delivering Peter from prison. These angels respond to divine command and often move in response to God's word. The angelic government. Paul hints at heavenly ranks in Colossians' word. Thrones represent divine authority and judicial administration. Dominions oversee angelic activities and enforce divine order. Principalities assigned over regions, territories, and systems. Powers execute spiritual authority in conflict and judgment. What angels do for believers. Angels can protect, deliver, strengthen, powering, execute divine instructions, wage war on behalf of God's purposes. Psalm 91:11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee.
Important truth: do not seek angels, seek God. Many become distracted chasing angelic encounters rather than pursuing intimacy with God. True angelic activity follows alignment with God's presence. The highest realm is non-encountering angels. The highest realm is knowing God Himself. Because angels may reveal God's power, but only God reveals His heart.
Divine love is not a feeling that comes and goes like the wind. It is the very air we breathe, constant and quiet. It is the golden thread that runs through every moment of our lives, connecting the stars in the sky to the heartbeat in our chest. While human love often seeks a reason to give, divine love needs no reason at all. It flows toward us simply because we exist, like the sun that shines on every flower without asking for anything in return. To experience this love, we must first learn to be still. In the silence of our own hearts, we begin to hear a whisper that tells us we are enough. We often spend our lives trying to prove our worth, building walls to protect ourselves, or wearing masks to please the world. But divine love sees right through these things. It looks past our mistakes, our fears, and our shadows, and sees only the light that lives within us. It is a love that does not judge. It only heals. Imagine an endless, peaceful ocean with no land in sight. This symbolizes the deep love that surrounds and supports you during lonely times. This love is a steady presence. When you feel broken, it acts as the glue that mends your shattered parts. It doesn't demand perfection, it simply asks for your openness. Similar to a gardener caring tenderly for a tiny seed, divine love waits patiently for us to develop, providing warmth and water exactly when we need them. When we deeply recognize that we are loved
we are connected to an infinite source. Walking in divine love involves trusting the journey, even through darkness. It is an inner strength that affirms, I am safe, seen, and cherished. This peace surpasses understanding, bringing quiet joy even amidst storms. You don't need to go far or strive to obtain it. It's already present, nearer than your breath, waiting for you to turn inward and declare, I am ready to receive.
You are much more than your physical body. And your body is electrical, chemical, and vibrational. Every cell communicates through electrical signals, and those signals create measurable frequency sound, can influence that system in subtle but meaningful ways. We are vibrational and cellular beings at a biological level. Your body is made of 30-40 trillion cells. Each cell maintains an electrical charge. Your brain and heart generate measurable electromagnetic fields. Your nervous system communicates through electrical impulses. This connects to the idea of resonance, when one vibrating system influences your mother to match its frequency. Sound is vibration traveling through a medium. Including your body. So when you're exposed to certain frequencies, your body can enter into them. Sound healing uses settling bones, even beats, including these three frequencies that interact, being brainwaves, nervous system, cellular environment. This relates to brainwave entrainment. Your brain shifting its frequency to match external stimuli. The cellular connection, sexually happening. Sound waves create mechanical vibration in tissue. These vibrations can influence fluid movement in the body, affect the nervous system, especially vagus nerve relaxation. This is where science meets experience. Not all spiritual claims, like specific DNA nerve frequencies, are proven. When you listen to healing frequency, your body exits fight or flight. Your awareness shifts, life creates emotional release, mental clarity, a sense of connection. Then you are cellular, electrical, and biochemical. Brain pressure responsive to frequency and rhythm. Sound healing works at the intersection of both. It doesn't magically fix everything, but it creates the conditions where healing can happen. A great app for finding sound healing frequencies, meditations, and yoga nidras insight timer.
The hero's journey was never about becoming a hero. Most people think the hero's journey is about adventure. It's not. It's about betrayal. Not by dragons, not by villains, by identities. The obedient son, the agreeable woman, the productive machine, the version of you that learned how to survive applause. That's the real beginning of the story. The moment your own reflection starts feeling professionally performed. The old myths never warned us that the hardest thing to defeat would be the personality that got us loved. Because the mask doesn't feel evil, it feels efficient. It pays bills, answers texts, keeps the peace at dinner, smiles while silently disappearing. That's why awakening is so psychologically violent for some people. You are not just finding yourself. You are watching an entire internal government collapse. 1,000 inherited voices suddenly lose authority at once. And the terrifying part, nothing outside you may change immediately. Same room, same job, same relationship, same name. But reality starts behaving differently because the actor inside the body quit. The nervous system knows before the mind does. That's why people suddenly feel exhausted, emotional, detached, restless, electric, numb, inspired, terrified, clear, and lost, all in the same season. The soul is expensive for the body to update around, especially after years of self-abandonment disguised as maturity. The hero's journey was never about becoming extraordinary. It was about becoming undivided, about reaching the point where your inner life and outer life stop speaking different languages. Most people call that freedom. But freedom is actually much stranger than that. Freedom is when your nervous system no longer panics at the thought of being seen accurately. And maybe that's why reality feels unstable right now. Not because the world is ending, because the performances with love for those remembering themselves. Thank you for saying yes to life. Put your wings on. We are walking each other home with those.